Hey, good evening, everybody. Dan here, Ultimate Boston Red Sox Collector page on Facebook. So, if you're watching this, you're either watching it on my Facebook page or you're watching it on my YouTube channel. I'm still looking to get more subscribers to my page. Hopefully, you guys like the content who have been watching. I've had a few comments. I have just 4 subscribers so far. Just again, looking to network with other collectors and find out what else is out there for collectors who do videos like myself. I'm currently following a few different collectors, and I enjoy watching their videos, and I hope that they're getting around to watching some of mine. So today was actually a pretty big mail day after a couple of smaller ones. The quantity of cards that I received in the mail today was one of the biggest ones I've had in a while. It was turns out it was probably about 110, 115 cards in 3 envelopes. I received a Sport Lots order, about 45 cards from Sport Lots seller Westlake. Another great order. There was one error in the order. Most Sport Lots sellers sent a packing slip. This one did not, so I'm going to have to go back and double check. It's kind of a bummer because it's just a want list card that I've been just wanting to get off my want list, and he sent the wrong version of the card. It was a Danny Darwin classic card from 1991. He actually sent me the version where he's in the Astros uniform, so a little disappointed at that, but could be my mistake as well. I haven't checked back on that. So made some heavy hits off my 2001 want list. I picked up a bunch of single prints or short prints, however you want to refer to them as, from some of those sets. Really crossed off a lot of things off that list today. I was really happy about that. Just cards that I've kind of ignored for a long time, and now that I've gone back through, I found some good deals. He had a lot of good deals. This particular seller has a lot of parallel cards. I'm kicking myself because I went back and looked. He used to have a lot of the artist proofs cards and stadium first day production cards from the 93, 94, 95, 96 sets, and another Red Sox collector must have got in there and grabbed them because I went to search for all those cards that I know he had, within the last 6 months, and somebody grabbed them. I missed out on all of them. Every single card was gone that I had originally had in a shopping cart and decided to hold off on, and so I'm kind of kicking myself now. So it's going to be hard to find them at the prices he was selling them at, roughly $1 to $2 a card, and those are kind of hard to find now. Not a lot of collectors and dealers have them. Not in the quantity that he was going to have to take off my want list. So, anyway, that was a good haul. I also picked up a eBay package, 7 different insert cards from the early 2000s, mostly Pedro and Nomar again. Been adding a lot of insert cards from that era lately. Been finding some. So I actually purchased from the seller before. Had a really good combined shipping rate and low starting prices on all the cards. So I got the cards all for around 50 cents a card, and I think I paid about $3.50 for shipping for 7 cards, so about 50 cents a card, so around $1 a card. So I was happy to get some of those, and then I also picked up some individual player sets. Without further ado, I'm going to just start in here. These are just a few of the insert cards I received in that first lot. Like I said, mostly Pedro, Nomar. Oops. Another Nomar. Another Pedro. Another Nomar. There's a couple of these I was surprised I didn't have. Basically, almost all of these, just by looking at them, I thought I had them. But when I checked my inventory, it turns out I didn't. So I was happy to pick those up. So I'm not going to go through all the Sport Lots cards that I got today. Like I said, they're mostly just common cards and minor stars and short prints. From 2001, 2003, and I also got some 90 and 91 cards. Nothing special in here. Like I said, mostly common base cards, short prints, few parallels, nothing too great. One of my favorite cards from this lot, and this is one of my favorite sets from the last 20 years, is the 2001 Topps Heritage that they redid the 52 Topps set. This is one of the short prints. Tim Wakefield, he had it for around $1. That came from Westlake order. Had it for between $1 and $1.50. These are really hard to find. They're short print cards, and almost every Red Sox card in the team set is a short print. I think there's roughly 20 cards in the team set. I think 15 of them are short prints, which makes it difficult for a collector like myself to try to get them all. But love Wakefield cards in general. He was a great pitcher and a great guy, and always love to get new Wakefield cards for the collection. So, like I said, I'm not going to go through all those and bore everybody. The last things I want to show are some Star Company sets from the late 80s and early 90s. Now, Star Company made a lot of player sets and some team sets, not necessarily in baseball, but in basketball is what they're probably more known for, coming out with a lot of Michael Jordan's first cards, 80, 83, 84, 84, 85, 85, 86. Basically, their format was these little bagged sets. This one right here is a Roger Clemens. So Star Company is more known for their basketball issues. I don't think they did anything with football, and I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything with hockey. So they were primarily basketball and baseball. Baseball, they typically did players, the star players of the time. They would put out different sets and different variations of the set. So they'd have like a base set, almost like what parallels are today. They would create a base set, they would create a silver set, a gold set, a platinum set, and the cards themselves weren't serial numbered, but they used to, and if we look at the back of this Clemens set, they used to put a sticker on the back of the cards, and a lot of times they were handwritten, numbered to, in this case, 1,000. This was 966 of 1,000, and they just issued them in these team bags. And I'm going to take these out. I'm going to put them in my Star Company binder. I already have about 15 to 20 different player sets of the major players that they made. Pretty much it was Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens, Yastrzemski had a set, Jim Rice had a regular set and a sticker set. And Mike Greenwell had a lot of sets too. I actually have a Greenwell here. I have a Boggs and a Clemens, and I got a Mo Vaughn that I did not know existed, so I picked those up. So this first one is Star Company Orange set. It's actually the gold version of this, and again, it's on the back, number 220 of 1,500. So they're not rare, but they're kind of hard to find, and I've always liked Star Company cards, so this one seller had them all for, I want to say two to 250 a set starting bid, and he combined the shipping $350. So I got all 4 sets that I have. I paid, I think, $10, and I think I paid $350 for shipping. So added 44 to 48 cards and got them for about 13 bucks. Again, this is the Clemens set. This is actually the Star set. This is, I want to say this is the silver set. I'm not positive on that. I actually have this set already, but in a different variation. This Mike Greenwell set. This is a silver series. This was numbered to 2000. This is number 1326 of 2000. Sorry for the lighting again. I'm gonna have to upgrade this laptop if I keep doing videos. And then the Mo Vaughn set, which was a future set. They made 1,000 of these. Look how small and young he was back then. Again, that was numbered to 1,000. Set number 95 of 1,000. So these sets typically have 11 or 12 cards in the set. They have some interesting poses. Like I said, these all came in their original packaging. I am going to take them out and put them in my binder. These aren't worth a whole lot of money, but I think they're kind of underappreciated for the time that they were issued. Not a lot of people bought them back then, but I think a lot of them are just sitting in people's closets nowadays, and it's kind of the junk wax era. There's probably a lot of these sitting in people's closets in their collections that they know aren't essentially worth anything anymore, and they may be just sitting there collecting dust. So whenever I can find sets that I don't have, I like to grab them. And this particular seller, these were all 4 sets that he had, and I didn't have any of them. I verified that in my book before I purchased them, so I was pretty psyched about that. So that was a very productive mail day. Like I said, probably about 110 to 120 new cards. I'm going to be busy tomorrow putting those on my inventory sheet. I've actually picked up quite a bit of cards in the last couple weeks, probably pushing close to 200 new cards for the collection. So I should be climbing my way towards a new milestone, and I'm going to get a new total here. I still have to enter all of my jumbo cards in, and I just bit the bullet. And if anybody who's watched my previous videos, I'm not a real big fan of Beckett, but I did bite the bullet and renew my subscription for Organize just for a month so that I could get my new relics and autographs on there. That's all I use it for. And just print that list. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it over to trading card database and eventually try to put my entire inventory on there so I can network through that. I think it might be a little easier. It's going to be a lot of work, but maybe someday I'll get to it and at least do bits and pieces. That's how I've always done my inventory of my collection. So that's all I have for tonight. Again, hopefully I'm getting some more views, and I appreciate the people that are watching and the few comments that I have had. I have 421 likes on my Facebook page now. That's up about 25 from the last 2.5 weeks or so since I started doing these videos. So I'm going to continue to do them because I enjoy doing it. It's kind of a release right now from work and taking care of a 5-year-old who we're now homeschooling, and just taking advantage of this time to just sit in front of my computer and talk about what I love, which is baseball cards, memorabilia, and more importantly, Boston Red Sox baseball cards and memorabilia. So again, I hope anybody who's watching likes it. Put your comments on there. I'd love to hear from people, and always looking for suggestions for other great video logs. And so that's all I have for tonight. Hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you probably tomorrow. I'm expecting several more things in the mail before the end of the weekend, so I should be posting probably another couple videos this week. So everybody have a great night. Thanks.